In the vast expanse of the young universe, chaos reigned. Clouds of gas, newly freed from the cosmic fog, drifted silently through the dark, illuminated only by the first newborn stars. But something unseen was at work, a slow, invisible pull drawing these clouds together. Gravity, the silent architect of the cosmos, began its grand design. Each gas cloud, each cluster of stars, was a puzzle piece slowly sliding into place. The universe was no longer random, it was starting to take shape. As millions of years passed, the scattered islands of stars began to drift closer. Like dancers drawn together by an unseen rhythm, they spiraled inward, their light merging into something greater. Collisions were inevitable. Entire star clusters smashed together, their gases colliding, igniting bursts of new star formation. Out of cosmic chaos came creation. Each impact a step toward the birth of the first galaxies. Some gatherings of stars became tightly bound, swirling into majestic spirals. Others formed vast, glowing ellipses. Shape after shape emerged, as if the universe was experimenting with its own art. But not all encounters were peaceful. Some galaxies in the making tore each other apart, scattering stars into the void. These cosmic tragedies were part of the process, clearing space for greater creations to come. In the heart of many young galaxies, massive black holes began to form, devouring gas and stars, their gravity shaping the very structure around them. They would one day become the engines of quasars, blazing beacons in the dark. Billions of years passed, and the chaotic merger slowed. The great cities of the cosmos, galaxies, stood in their places, each holding hundreds of billions of stars, planets, and untold worlds yet to be discovered. From afar, they formed a cosmic web. Filaments of galaxies stretching across unimaginable distances. The universe had gone from a foggy chaos to a structured masterpiece, a grand tapestry woven by gravity's hand. And within these galaxies, stories yet untold were waiting to unfold. The birth of stars, the formation of solar systems, and the rise of worlds that would one day gaze back at the night sky, wondering how it all began. In the newborn universe, galaxies were not peaceful islands. They were predators. Small galaxies drifted through the cosmic ocean, sensing the gravity of larger ones. Some moved cautiously. Others rushed headlong toward their fate. When two galaxies met, it was not a gentle greeting. It was chaos. Stars were torn from their homes, hurled into space like cosmic shrapnel. Gas clouds collided, igniting furious bursts of new stars. From these collisions, hybrids were born. Galaxies with shapes twisted beyond recognition. Some became bloated, irregular blobs. Others began to spin, forming the first grand spirals. In the heart of many growing galaxies, a monster was forming, the supermassive black hole. Fed by rivers of gas and shredded stars, it grew heavier and hungrier. These black holes did not hide. They announced their presence as matter spiraled into them. Blinding light and jets of energy shot out, creating quasars that lit up the young cosmos. Galaxies rarely traveled alone. Gravity bound them into groups, then clusters. Vast chains of light stretching across millions of light years. Some galaxies met their end in these gatherings. Slow, graceful dances of gravity pulled them together until they merged into something entirely new. From repeated mergers, giants emerged. Elliptical galaxies with trillions of stars, glowing like cities in the night of the universe. Meanwhile, in calmer regions, spirals refined their structure. Arms rich with dust and gas. Perfect nurseries for endless generations of stars. By now, the universe was a battlefield of giants. Every galaxy was both a hunter and potential prey, shaping the cosmic landscape we still see today. Among the countless islands of stars, one would eventually grow to dominate its neighborhood. A spiral of light and shadow, weaving its way through the cosmic web. This would become our galaxy, the Milky Way. The Milky Way began not as a neat spiral but as a chaotic assembly of smaller clumps and dwarf galaxies, each carrying its own history of stars and explosions. Over time, these pieces merged, their stars rearranged, and a grander structure emerged. As gas settled into the growing gravitational well, it began to spin. Conservation of angular momentum flattened the inflow into a rotating disk, the birthplace of the familiar spiral arms. Within the disk, stars formed in waves. Some regions ignited in furious bursts, while others remained quiet. These ripples of star formation painted the spiral arms, luminous threads that traced the galaxy's rotation. At the galactic center, matter crowded into a dense bulge. Here, stars were older and the motion more chaotic. A fossil record of violent mergers and early growth. Deep in that heart slept a leviathan, a supermassive black hole. Though invisible, its gravity governed stellar orbits and occasionally flared as it fed, sending out jets and light that echoed across the galactic core. The Milky Way did not grow alone. Small satellite galaxies orbited it like moths around a lamp. Some were torn apart by tidal forces, their stars strewn as streams that arc and ripple across the galactic halo. Chemical alchemy proceeded within generations of stars. With each life and death, heavier elements were forged and scattered: carbon, oxygen, iron, ingredients that would one day find their way into future stars and planets. From certain vantage points inside the disk, the galaxy would appear as a bright, milky band, light smeared across the sky like paint on a dark canvas. From outside, it would show its spiral grandeur. From within, it would be a luminous tapestry of near and far. And yet, the Milky Way remained a young giant, still evolving. Collisions, starbursts, and quiet accretion continued. Each event writing new chapters into its long biography. Our place in that story would come much later. But the galaxy's epic had already begun. From scattered sparks to spiraling cities, the universe had learned to build. The Milky Way, once a scattered cluster of fragments, had become a vast, living landscape of light. This is not an end but an invitation. The next chapters will tell of collisions that reshape, of structures that rise and fall, and of the long, patient weaving that leads from galaxies to worlds. Stay with the story. The cosmos is far from finished.